Yeah, righto. 100 days. 100 days on the road. It's a stupidly long time to spend with nothing but just the essential items, you know, really no luxuries whatsoever, and just, yeah, nobody but yourself, perpetually meeting new people, every 6 hours being somewhere new, you know, no concept of home, no concept of a place that you even get to develop any attachment to. The moment you do, you're out the door and you're at the next place. And so it's been an incredible, this running odyssey. I've learnt so much about myself and all sorts of things. It's been, anyway, I'm 3,700 Ks from home in terms of what I've done running in 100 days. Obviously that's 37 Ks a day, so that's just short of a marathon every day for 100 days. Obviously I had some rest days in there, so I know the average is somewhere over 50 Ks, but I couldn't be bothered to do the maths for the life of me. But either way, whatever. I'm quite proud of what I've achieved. There's definitely telltale signs of it. Like I can tell you about. Look, I was talking on the radio this morning, ABC Radio, and they're asking me about it. And the way I described it was this duality of fear and confidence, fatigue and strength. Like just all the time, I can feel both simultaneously. I can run 50 kilometers, and like the capacity to do that takes incredible endurance and all sorts of stuff. And I feel that in my muscles, and that I'm so strong, but so weak all the time. I'm just hobbling around, drained of energy. You know, when I wake up in the middle of the night, my Achilles are, generally seized up or something like that. I can hardly sort of walk to the toilet, things like that. It's just, all sorts of things. It's just 100 days of agony, but it's also 100 days of just growing in confidence and learning about myself. And, I don't want to do. Let's not go into all that stuff. Physical example of what I'm talking about lately. Sorry to gross you out. Check this. Turn out. Oh, no. Yeah, alright, anyway. Losing that one, that's a bit of a recent one, but anyway. As I say, you just sort of fight through all that stuff. That's just really superficial stuff. The thing that you really have to battle with is what's in here, keeping yourself going, and another summary. I've lost 5 kilos in total. I'm 80 about. An interesting blog to write that I'm going to do. I swear, it annoys me so much because my brain isn't working. I can't write these days, but I've got one to talk about the story of my diet to this date. It's quite interesting. I kind of got an addiction to soft drink, and it was amazing how that affected so much stuff. I'm kind of not drinking anywhere near as much soft drink now, and I'm feeling pretty damn awesome. So that's good. Anyway, rather than just all this summary of what's been happening to date, let me talk about today, and I'm going to mix in some videos, so I don't know where to stop here, but I went to a crocodile farm and to, it's called Venomland. I had snakes and spiders and scorpions and stuff like that, and just to get a grounding, or just to learn as much as I can for what I need to know about going into the Cape. And the story short is, I don't think I have any issues to worry about, really. I think it's going to be fine. The worst thing I thought I had to worry about was this guy.
The crocodiles don't move around that much. I mean, it's like if you're happy at your home, why you go?
But as they often say, they're more afraid, or he's more afraid of us than we are of them. In fact, so I was at this crocodile farm, and then there happened to be a wild crocodile in the river that was just next to the crocodile farm, and so this guy took us out and we drove around and showed us that, and I didn't get a chance to get footage of that because just as we got out of the car, I could see him there, and he was probably half the size of that one. That one was like 380 kilos, and this one would have only been like 200 or something like that. It's still pretty big, but it just bailed, and because of simply we just intimidate it in terms of our height above it in the creek and stuff like that. Why is that exactly? Because crocodiles aren't actually looking for food whatsoever. They have tiny stomachs. They eat something like 60 kilograms of food in a year, which is really not that much if you think about it. They get most of their energy from the sun. They're, you know, like reptiles, they're just, yeah, that's how they get their energy, and food is just sort of for growing and whatnot, and they don't really need that much. Yeah, so they start out the size of these guys.
See, he's going to put his head up. You seen him? See him put his head down because it's so big, he just takes off.
Yeah.
So I'll just catch one for you.
As you can see, they are pretty scared of us. Obviously, they're just baby-sized crocodiles. They're only like 400 mil long or 500 mil long or something like that. But yeah, certainly, no, they're not really in any danger. Well, none of them are, is the whole point. Turns out to get those guys up to, I think it was about 1.5 meters, it was about the height at which, or length at which they'd sell those for their skin. $140 worth of food, so they really don't eat much at all. Yeah, and then, look, I was so scared of, especially the little ones, that, you know, we could walk around in the water and stuff like that, and here's footage of them all. They just freaked out, and they all ran off to the corner, and then they just stayed dead still because, you know, pretending like we weren't there.
What do you think of that?
And then we went over to the pens where they had the ones that were close to the size that they were going to be sold at, and they're in separate pens obviously because you want the skin to be like real nice at that point, because they're going to go over to Europe for some ladies' handbags that are going to sell for thousands and thousands of dollars. So anyway, so you keep them separate because they literally fight and rip off each other's legs if they're in too close a proximity at that age or stuff like that. And yeah, anyway, I think they're a bit feisty here because they really had nowhere to go. It's one of those fight or flight reflexes, and when they're in such a tight pen, they, yeah, at that stage they, yeah, that's why they're a bit feisty. Watch this. Yeah, okay. Getting aggressive.
But you know, we get the highest percentage of first grade skins from any farm in Australia. Really? Yeah, oh yeah, it's like shit. So this is all the new technique that we're doing. And the whole industry worldwide starting to copy us now. So,
Shame you couldn't patent it.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Alright.
So here's one out of the wild. This guy's out of the wild. So this bloke will just get shot in a couple of months' time.
Okay.
This one that's caught out of the wild.
So you do have the license to grab him. But all in all, the general reaction is when they got more space, they just bail like this.
Come on!
You can take a shot of that one. No one's going to know that that's not the one that's outside.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah, okay. So say in April.
They're not really looking for food. Pretty much they're going to run away if you come anywhere near them. They're only really going to attack you if you behave in consistent patterns of going across water in the same area. And look, what the reality is, on the Peninsula Road, I finally got a straight answer. They don't really have any creek crossings. There's bridges, and the only river they have to cross is the Jardine, where there's a ferry. So I'm not actually going to have any, you know, creek crossings. But I will need to go and get water out of creeks at different points if I'm going through stretches that are like 120 k's long. And this bloke showing us around said, look, pretty much probability of there being one of those, you know, massive crocodile, and to call it a man-eater is a joke because they can't actually eat you. They couldn't fit you in their stomach. It's not a man-eater, it's a man terror up by reflex because you came into its zone, and yeah, and they just by reflex sort of attack you. But if you can, that said, out-intimidate them by being taller, you know, beating the water with a stick or beating at them with a stick, something along those lines, but still. Anyway, so he was like, look, if you're really worried, attach a bottle to a piece of string and throw that in the stream ahead of you, or throw a stick in or something like that. But is highly unlikely to attack you, and no worries. And then he said, of course, your biggest worry, because he goes up there all the time, is snakes. And yeah, I've kind of always known that, but the reality is as well, talking to the other guy at Venomland, he was like, dude, in all honesty, 99% of the time when people get bitten, it's because they're drunk and they're trying to handle a snake or something like that, or they're just trying to catch one or kill it or something along those lines. And that's true. From my experience, I have stepped within a metre of a snake 3 times probably, like decent-sized ones. And there was obviously that one video I got that time. I just like literally planted my foot beside this snake's head, like 2-metre snake. It was brown or black, I don't know. Their colour variation varies so much, like from darkness to lightness. It was really hard to identify a snake. This guy said, rule of thumb, if they have these big scales on their forehead and a sharp ridge over their eye that looks kind of sinister, that means they're venomous. But anyway, I don't want to go on for too long. As I said, I don't think there's an issue. I'm looking forward to it really now. Like, wildlife is not scaring me. It's just a matter of water and challenges like that. So yeah, onwards. But I'll do my thorough planning in cans as always. As I said, week long there, plan exactly the route and know it like the back of my hand, so I don't get lost or anything like that. But yeah. Anyway, if you're interested, this is where I am. I was here yesterday as well. It's just, suburbia. Staying with a guy, who's been helping me out here in Innisfail. Anyway, it's his house. Sweet. Alright. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.